Pokimane is one of the largest female streamers on the internet, so you would think she would understand how people on the internet act and how there are many, many trolls out there, but instead of just accepting the fact that sometimes people are not going to like her takes or her content, now that she is leaving Twitch, she is blaming prepubescent little boys and Manosphere red pill BS as the reason why she's ditching her Twitch exclusivity. I have a few things to show off, but before we get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, follow me on social media, and consider supporting through Patreon or through YouTube memberships. Now, of course, instead of blaming herself for her pretty bad takes and them going viral and her facing backlash, she is saying it is everybody else's fault that sometimes she's highly criticized. This is a .esports article. It says Pokimane said she will stream for the first time on YouTube, reconfirming that she has not re-signed an exclusivity deal with Twitch and is free to stream wherever she likes. Now, of course, as a content creator myself on YouTube, I think that YouTube is a pretty good platform. I personally wouldn't want to deal with Twitch and the fact that they are constantly not actually giving platforms a stable environment, and 1 minute you might be their favorite, then the next minute they might hate you, they might ban you, and then, of course, they change their rules around but aren't actually clear and concise on what their guidelines are. I wouldn't want to deal with that, but it says the popular content creator has streamed exclusively on Twitch for several years but will begin to test the waters and stream on potentially multiple platforms, which is great for her. That's her business choice, but instead of just saying, oh, I've decided to broaden my horizons and see if the pastures are truly greener on the other side, she has decided to blame men for this decision. For the last couple of years, is it just me, or yeah, do you guys also feel like it has regressed a lot, she said, of Twitch's community on a new episode of her podcast, and especially with the rise of so much Manosphere red pill bullshit, I feel that stuff has flourished within the male-dominating live streaming sphere of things. Manosphere? That is complete feminist rhetoric. And I mean, I can't be surprised, right? It's the online demographic that skews males the most, so of course Manosphere stuff would kind of perform better there, and you guys already know who and what I'm talking about. Oh yes, we do. She is attacking the larger male streamers on the platform like XQC and Asmongold. She is accusing these guys of just trying to be entertaining. They do these things not to be mean or make people uncomfortable or to get their audiences to attack the individuals they talk about, but just because she doesn't find it entertaining and she doesn't think that their audiences and communities are healthy, she's attacking them. She went on to talk about how this kind of bigotry and shit spewing is normalized on Twitch from some of the most popular and well-established, typically male creators, and it makes it hard for her to exist in an industry and community and watch that shit happen and act like it's no big deal. Now, after reading this a couple of times, I am just so disappointed that she is one of the largest female streamers out there because she in no way, shape, or form understands the internet. We all know that there are tons of trolls that go into live streams just to try to cause a ruckus, right? I stream 4 times a week and trolls constantly come into my stream. It's part of the game, and by calling them out, you're giving attention to them. But to call out others who are simply trying to entertain their audiences is absolutely pathetic. Why not just focus on your own content, building the audience you like, and move on? They are not the ones creating the trolls that are coming after you. When you become famous, you will always have detractors. You've just got to grow up and deal with it. When you let them get to you, if you let them know that they've won, and let's be honest, she's had a lot of bad takes, they are going to continue to come after you. If you say something ridiculous, you are going to get roasted for it the exact same way that a male creator would, and just because you're a female creator does not mean that you receive more backlash because of your bad takes. No, you are receiving the same amount that they would, and if they have a larger audience than you, they are going to also be receiving more backlash. That's just the way that it goes. That's the way streaming is. And again, when you say something dumb online, you are going to get backlash. It is the internet. It's the way that it works. The more bad takes you have, the more detractors you'll have. But instead, she just tries to play on gender here, saying, oh, it's just the manosphere and I have to leave Twitch because they're not nice to women. Sure, I'm not as big as her, but I've had my fair share of backlash over my takes and trolls who try to get me upset. I just move on because it's the internet. People troll me or criticize my takes and I don't really care. That doesn't stem from what another creator's doing. It's because of what I do, and I accept that. Of course, back and forth drama can and does happen between social media personalities, and fans of each person will go after the other person, but in general, there isn't a massive general audience of people being created by the types of streamers that she's talking about and that she's targeting with her bullshit feminist rhetoric. And let's be honest, Pokimane is no stranger to controversy, and she says and does things that she must know are going to face backlash and ultimately get her being talked about, because just a few months ago, she had the cookie debate. I know math is hard when you're an idiot. Pokimane slams broke boys for criticizing cost of her cookies minus snacks. She should have just came out and said, if you do not want to spend the money or you cannot afford to spend the money on them, don't. They're cookies. That would have been fine. Everybody would have applauded her saying, wow, actually a level-headed take. But instead she called people an idiot for trying to either, in some cases, break down the cost and say I could purchase cookies that are very similar for a cheaper price, or people just trying to say, listen, why would I want to spend money on your product? At the end of the day, it's not like it's something that I can have forever, like a shirt or a mug or a mouse pad. It's cookies. And she took it personally, and that's the number one rule of the internet. Do not take things personally, or else the internet is going to eat you alive. But it's like she does things and says things that of course are going to get people talking about her. Maybe she also said this so that people would talk about her, but it just does not look good for her. And even if people are talking, I personally do not I don't subscribe to the theory of all press is good press, even negative press, because yeah, you are getting absolutely destroyed over your takes recently, Pokimane, and the more you spout, feminist rhetoric like this, prepubescent little boys and manosphere red pill bullshit, you're only going to continue to get roasted for it and receive the backlash that you're now whining about. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this, make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.